for all who live in it and who will come after us. Our country is bigger than any one of us, and its standing in the world affects the fate of all who come from or live in this great country, which has great future. As leaders, it is our duty to advance the well-being of all our people and of the country. For this purpose, my generation worked hard to return the soldiers to the barracks. Very many of us are here. And to defend the right of the people to elect and establish for ourselves legitimate government. Our elections are established and governed by law and founded on the Constitution, from which leadership and government in Nigeria alone derive their legitimacy. The people look up to us as leaders to respect these rules and to defend them. This is what has brought us here today. Today, we are called upon to again, as a people, to uphold and defend the ground rules of elective government in our country. The Constitution prescribes the requirements for those who seek the highest elective office in the land. It should not take months or indeed decades for the institutions concerned to be able to do their work in establishing the credibility of any certificates presented by candidates for public office. We undertook this journey at great cost and for important reasons. The ground rules for legitimate governance in our country need to be upheld. And you who are gathered here today have the responsibility of holding those ground rules. And the reputation of our country is at stake. That affects everyone, Nigerians everywhere, wherever they may be in the world. I am a Democrat by conviction and a citizen of a country that I love. The issues at stake in this case require us once more to rededicate ourselves to both the country and our Constitution. Now we must entrust these facts to us all as citizens and as leaders of the institutions charged with interpreting our Constitution. I should thank the lawyers, both in Nigeria and in the United States, who have assisted us in bringing clarity and definitive answers to these issues that appear to have defied our institutions for nearly a quarter of a century. I also want to extend my gratitude to the Nigerian citizens and friends of Nigeria, both within and beyond the shores of our country, for their patience as we have sought to find the facts and establish the truth. I wish to pay tribute to the late human rights activist, Chief Gani Fawehimi, senior advocate of Nigeria, who inspired us on this path of discovery. Now he can truly rest in peace in the assurance that what he started about 23 years ago has come to fruition. Gani's vindication today gives credence to the saying that no matter how fast a lie runs, the truth will someday overtake it. Former American President Thomas Jefferson once said, and I quote, "If I had to choose between government without newspapers and newspapers without government, I wouldn't hesitate to choose the latter." From exposing the Watergate scandal and unraveling the dubious certificates of politicians, journalists have maintained eternal vigilance by bridging the gap and stepping in when other arms of government failed. It is for these reasons that commendation must be given to David Hundeyin, an independent journalist whose extraordinary work and those of many more young people like him has become a source of inspiration. Special thanks must be given to the millions of Nigerian youths and citizen journalists too, who continue to put out the truth online even when no one is listening. Indeed, the price of liberty is eternal vigilance. They have put the country first in their firm commitment to unravel the truth and hold leaders accountable. This gives me the hope that we have worthy partners in the struggle to reclaim the country we call our home. This quest is not for or about Atiku Abubakar. It is a quest for the enthronement of truth, morality, justice, and accountability in our public affairs. In line with this, let me call on all well-meaning Nigerians, leaders of thought, our religious leaders, our traditional leaders, our community leaders, our political leaders, and in particular, Governor Peter Obi of the Labour Party and Governor Rabi Ukwankwaso of the NNPP, and the leaders of every political party in Nigeria, and indeed every single person who loves this country, as I do, and who wishes nothing but the best for this country as I do, to join me in this campaign to enshrine probity, accountability, and the basic principles of justice, morality, and uprightness in our country and in our government. This is a task for each and every one of us. Let me, therefore, at this juncture, thank you for listening. May God bless you all, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, former Vice President, candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the last presidential election, and by the grace of God, the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Please put your hands together for him once again. Well, we have friends in the house. We have colleagues in the house. All technical questions will be taken that has to do with law will be taken by our friends. So, yes, Chukso Kocha this day.
Good afternoon, everybody. Much has been said about the real documents from the Chicago State University. I want the former vice president, the PDP presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, to tell us in clear words, because many papers, many television stations, many radio stations have been giving various versions of the documents handed over to you. Sir, what did the documents handed over to you say about the person of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Thank you, sir. And secondly, sir, of what value will these documents handed over to you will be at the Supreme Court?
Thank you, Chuk Sokocha of These Day newspapers. Eniola of African Report, that's an international platform, yes.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency, colleagues, and everyone here. A spokesman for the president said that what you are doing against the president is a form of betrayal. And they said that in 2007, the president gave you a platform to run with and all that. And now you are, embarrassing him on an international stage. Don't you fear that this bond between you will be permanently broken? Thank you.
Thank you. His Excellency will take the question from the African Report, while Barrister Kalu will respond to This Day newspaper's inquiry.
Well, I beg to disagree with Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yes, it is true, in 2007 we came together to form S. And in Lagos, at the convention, I emerged as the winner and got the ticket. After I got the ticket, he sent about 5 or 6 senior partymen. Some of them are here. I can even name them, but I don't want to embarrass them. And they met me and said to me that Bola wanted to be my running mate. I said, gentlemen, you are all old enough. And apparently, virtually all of you are Christians with the exception of only one person. What would be your reaction to have a Muslim ticket? All of them said, we totally object to it. I said, then why didn't you tell him when he was giving you the message that, look, Mr. Tinubu, the message you are giving us, we don't seem to agree with you. Why are you coming then to me? And that was the end of the political relationship. He broke away, went and supported Umaru Yar'Adua. So, where is the ground for him to say that I betrayed him? But those of you who are old enough will also remember that in 2003, the PDP took over all the southwestern states, with the exception of Lagos. I stood between Obasanjo and himself. I said, no, you can't take over Lagos. Leave it. And he left it. So who is indebted to the other? Is it me or Bola Ahmed Tinubu? But there are other things. which I would not want to go into. But I vehemently deny that either I stabbed him at the back or did not do him whatever. Thank you. Until today, I will not do Muslim ticket. So I don't have to be president because I don't believe it is right for this country. It's not right. Absolutely wrong. We are multi-ethnic and multi-religious. And our government should reflect our diversity and our composition. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Barrister Kalu, over to you.
On the certificates issued or released by Chicago State University to the lawyers of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. These are the documents. One, that Bola Tinubu forged the certificate he presented to INEC. That's one. Two, that the qualifying certificate from Southwest College to Chicago State University bears a female, indicating that that document does not belong to Bola Tinubu. Three, the Chicago State University admission application form has a claim that Bola Tinubu attended Government College, Lagos, and graduated in 1970, when indeed the school was established in 1974. The same document has it that the owner of that document is a Black American, and the document Bola Tinubu submitted to INEC, he denied having dual citizenship, which means it does not belong to him. Then, the same document, oral deposition, says that the Bola Tinubu is Ahmed, but the NYSC certificate Bola Tinubu submitted to INEC has Adekunle. I don't know where the Adekunle and the Ahmed emerged from. So, on the second arm of your question, of what use will it be in the Supreme Court, it is very, very clear that from decided authorities, the Supreme Court has held that they can accept a party to adduce fresh evidence as long as certain conditions are met. And from what transpired in the proceedings in US courts, that condition has already been met. So, as we speak, our law is very clear that a party at fault cannot be allowed to enjoy the fruit of his illegality. That is our answer to your question. Thank you. My name is Carlo.
Kalu. Thank you very much, Kalu. I will take, because of the condition of this place, very hot, and I have their excellencies present here. So many of them. I'm privileged to be right in front of you, your excellencies. Won't keep you here for too long. Okay, Friday or Loco, the Punch newspapers.
Yes, good afternoon, Your Excellency. My name is Friday Loco. I work with Punch newspapers. Well, there have been rumors flying around that because of this issue, this alleged certificate forgery, that some persons have reached you by way of trying to intervene, to put pressure on you, purportedly from the president, for you to step down on this matter. If it is true, will you step down on this matter? That's one. Secondly, you are fighting this cause. What is the fate of your business interests? Do you fear that maybe, should you continue, that your business interests might be threatened because of the powers from the presidency? Thank you very much.
Okay, let me start from the business perspective, because it's the latest in the series of questions that you asked. Yes, as you might have read in several other places, I was, in fact, not involved. In fact, I was the founder of one of the biggest oil and gas logistics company since the military area. And as soon as Buhari government came, even though we had license, we had got nothing to do with government. We were only contractors in logistics to the oil companies, not government. But as soon as Buhari came, all those contracts were revoked and taken away from us till today. So I'm not doing any government business. Yes, I'm in other businesses, agriculture, manufacturing, and so on and so forth. So that's as far as government business is concerned. So I'm not scared of any business being taken away from me. It has already been taken away from me since the beginning of, was it 1990? Since Buhari's time. They took it and distributed it among themselves. So what was the other question? Not really. Yes, immediately after the elections, I was told there was a delegation of governors who claimed, they were sent, by the president, but I did not even allow them to get into my house. I didn't. I will only drop the fight when the court rules. If the court rules that I am right, fine. If the court rules that he is right, so that's the end of the fight. Because at the moment we are at the Supreme Court, and there is no any other court than the Supreme Court.
Thank you, Your Excellency. That will be my esteemed colleagues. I know that you have so many itching questions. We are available. We're going to send you the e-copies of this press briefing. And if you have further questions to ask, we are available. Mazi Polibe is here, Special Advisor Media to His Excellency. You all have our emails and phone numbers. You can reach us. That won't be a problem. If you have queries, please, we are here to, we're at your service. And if you want